today. So it's going to be for all zodiac signs, not just Pisces. So whenever you do arrive here, feel free to take in a deep breath, connect with your inner source to see what parts of this reading may resonate with you. We're going to take a look today for all signs, for all of the ancient souls of what's hiding. Usually when I do the readings of what's hiding from you, it actually always ends up being more positive and just better than what you think it is. So this is a reading for those of you who are a little bit in the void, who are in the unknown, who are pivoting between the old and the newer timelines, etc. We're going to get some clarity for you today. And then just have a little bit of a soul tribe chat. Thank you to Reverend Joseph, as Reverend Joseph had sent me a few crystals. Thank you to all of the soul brothers and sisters. That's the one that I have right over here is the 10 of Cups. So thank you, Joseph. That was a really nice surprise today to see the 10 of Cups. Hello, Saranda. How are you? Feel free to say hello to your neighbor. Thank you for being here. We're going to be getting a reading for all signs, all of the ancient souls on what's hiding from you. You know, you're probably dancing in the in-between. We're almost just out of eclipse season. So what is it that you do not quite see? Usually whenever I do these readings, it always ends up being better. It's not usually like something hiding that you didn't want to see there. Usually it's something better than what you thought it was. So feel free to just take in a deep breath, connect with your inner source to see what parts of this reading may resonate with you. What's up, B-Day brother? Hi, how are you? March 1st, gang. Hello, all Pisces that are here. This is going to be a reading for all signs, though. So feel free to tap in, check in with the energy, take in a deep breath. Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God. What do we have for all signs? We're going to be doing an all signs reading on what's hiding from you. So what is it that's hiding from you that you do not quite see? And then we're going to be getting into a soul tribe chat where we're just going to be talking about number one, whatever you want to talk about. So feel free to put it in the comments after the reading. But we're going to be doing an open soul tribe chat. Hi, Rosa. How are you? Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God. What do we have for all signs, the ancient souls, the light workers that are with us today? Hi, Ashley. How are you? What do we have for all signs, the ancient souls, on what is hiding from them? What do they not quite see that they're trying to see? And I'm getting a visual of you where you're trying to figure things out. You're probably trying to get some clarity. I'm seeing your third eye. You actually do see it. Like you don't quite see it, but you're getting little glimpses and glances, but you don't see the whole picture quite yet. Kaleidoscopes can resonate with you, as I'm seeing like a kaleidoscope, where you know the things that you would look into. The Aries leader keeps asking. Hey, Star Boy. Hi, Kelvin. Hi, Loyal Kenny. There you go. Hi, Loyal Kenny. How are you? I almost called you Loya. Loya's a nice name too, actually. Hi, Gentrell. How are you? What do we have for the all signs ancient souls on what is hiding from them? What do they not quite see that we're going to get clarity, the bigger picture? We have Bridget, Inner Strength. We do have Melchizedek, Higher Learning, and Master Buddha over here. You could resonate with Bridget or with Melchizedek. You could resonate with Celtic energy or Venusian, Venus energy, even Yeshua. I'm also seeing like some of the symbols of Celtic, and I'm seeing the flower of life. So you could resonate with just symbols in general. Some of you work with sacred geometry. That's why I saw the kaleidoscope. Some of you may be working with, sacred geometry. Maybe you write it out, you're channeling it. Move back to wholeness, recognize that you have got the power. And then we have higher learning. You have learned from experience. I'm going to grab a few more cards over here. Do some of you have imposter syndrome? That's kind of what's coming to mind over here. Let's just get a few cards though first. Now, why do we have Bridget, Inner Strength, and Melchizedek, Higher Learning? Ooh. We have Resurrection, Surrender to Change, the Phoenix. A lot of fire energy here. Now, no, we're in Taurus season, not in Aries season. No, in Vedic, we're in Aries season. So whatever resonates with you, but the element of fire can resonate with you. You could also be a fire sign. Why do we have Inner Strength, Melchizedek, Higher Learning, Bridget, Inner Strength, and the Phoenix, Surrender, Resurrection? You're going through a lot of past life clearing, and that is what you do not quite see. A really big clear, yes, Jesus is the way, Jesus is the truth, and Jesus is the life. Yes. Thank you for that comment. Good work. I feel I've been doing without knowing. Yes, Dom. I love actually that you said that. A lot of us, most people are probably doing grid work without even knowing that they're doing grid work. You get sent to certain lands and spaces and places, and your energy just arrives. And there's a whole lot of things that happens. You're a grid worker, a light grid worker. Now, I do see, though, that there's a fire change over here, where there's a lot of fire alchemy that's happening in your life. Now, as soon as I say that, I think of Kundalini. So Kundalini fire, that could resonate with you. It could just be also the element of fire. And we got more fire over here. Hecate. You are going through a really, what you don't see, where it's like, this is making absolutely no sense. I don't understand what's going on in my life right now. You are actually going through a phoenix rising, but you're going through a phoenix rising through a release of a past life over here. I'll get the past life oracle deck. Why do we have Hecate, past life healing? Why do we have Hecate, past life healing? We have ship, confirmation of some of you are definitely grid workers. If you find yourself traveling, the moon's in Sagittarius today. So if you find yourself traveling a lot, it could be a grid worker over here. And again, everyone is a grid worker. Now I do see though something here. There's a past life relationship. Again, I don't know why I do things. I put things on intuitively. Our beautiful soul brother, Reverend Joseph, had given me this today. So I put that over here. You're clearing out a past life connection over here. We have ships. It could have to do with like travel or seas. We have Egypt. So it could be past life in Egypt. Egypt can resonate with you in any way. We have imprisonment or slavery. And it's from a past life, from a past karmic relationship. So some of you, you met the wrong, it was the wrong person. Not even the wrong person. It's from a past life. Let's see what this is with these cards, and then we're going to go into the tarot for you. So that's what you do not quite see, where you're like, why is this relationship so karmic? What's going on? Or this or that. This is a past life connection. And you're currently going through a fire cleansing etherically. It's very much like a spiritual, energetic fire. You could resonate, like, say, with the blue flame, the violet flame, or just fire in general. And that's what I'm seeing, where a lot of that energy is just being cleansed and clear and purified. All right. Now, why do we have the Phoenix resurrection? Bridget, inner strength, Melchizedek, higher learning, protector energy, past life healing. Yeah, past life soulmate. Soulmate. They're facing karma. The wheel turns in your favor. You have dreams over here too. So the person that you're dealing with, collective, this could be past, present, future. So just keep that in mind. This could be the past. Maybe it's just coming up. You probably don't want to hear it, but maybe it's just coming up to give you some sort of clarity about what happened. This person tried to trap you in some way, shape, or form. And there's a lot of different ways people could try to trap people. Someone tried to trap you or stop you. Imprisonment and slavery. With the protector energy, you're going to have a resurrection. So that is coming in for you. But this is past life healing. Now the wheel is going to turn in your favor. That's evident. It's going to turn in your favor. That was a past life soulmate. They're facing karma. All right. This person tried to, again, trap you, imprison you in some way, shape, or form. Even if it wasn't like a physical imprisonment, it's like you are trapped, bounded to them in just ways that you wish that you weren't, kind of thing. All right. Now let's see what comes out in the tarot. What you don't quite see. So what you didn't quite see was, why was it that karmic? There's a past life there. They are facing karma. I'm going to get a card for their, I never meant to hurt you. Okay, now that came out. They never meant to hurt you in a past life. Confirmation. They didn't mean to hurt you. However, they're still facing karma. What they did, like, really affected your life. What they did affected your soul destiny. And I will always say, and I've said this before, any tarot reading, you know, you are infinitely sovereign. And so absolutely no one and nothing has any power over you. But sometimes we just got to read the cards, right? And so this person just really tried to alter your life in a way that would have stopped your soul destiny, etc. So did they have power over you? No. But whatever that it is that they were doing or did, it would have affected, and I'm seeing like the whole moving forward of your life. Seven of Swords over here. Now, I'm going to get 3 cards for a 3-card spread. Then we're going to get a card for their facing karma to see what exactly is going on there. All right, for the collective, for the ancient souls, for all signs, why do we have Bridget, inner strength, Melchizedek, higher learning, the Phoenix, resurrection, past life healing, protect your energy? Why do we have, there goes the fire over here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Why do we have Bridget, inner strength, Melchizedek, higher learning, resurrection, protect your energy, past life healing? Why do we have Bridget, inner strength, Melchizedek, higher learning, stand your ground, protect your energy? Ooh, I told you, oh, you are infinitely sovereign. You see the infinity sign over there. And I just keep hearing in this reading that song, you know, by Beyonce, Confirmation. But now we see it. We didn't see it, but now we see it. This person trying to stop you in every way, shape, and form. Maybe not every way, shape, and form. You have a past karmic relationship. Doesn't have to be romantic, but it can be. They were like an enemy to you, or they became an enemy to you at some point. It was a past life enemy. For some of you, it says biblically. Melchizedek is in the Bible as well. So for some of you, Yeshua can resonate with you, the Bible, etc. This could have been an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be. You could also be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This person, as someone says, spot on. This person, the reason why this happened, well, number one, so that you could be released from them. This is going to show you how powerful you are. They did something so big. They tried so hard. They tried for so many years, this or that, and they still couldn't do it. This only reminded you of how infinitely sovereign you are. You are the co-creator. All of the power is within you. You have everything it is that you need. Knight of Cups and the Magician card. They could take and they could take and they could take from you. They could throw the rocks. They could do whatever it is that they've done or that they do. And you still, like, kind of like the Seven of Swords, you get out every time. Some of you, maybe the power animal of the fox resonates with you, because that's what I'm seeing now. Hi, Jose. Jockers have made it. Don't learn to love trouble because I know growth follows. Yes. Here's it across the seas. That comment. Hi, Makari. How are you? Prob helped build pyramids, Egypt. Let's see what this is. And then we're going to go back to the comments. Why the King of Wands for this reading? For the All Signs Collective, Ancient Souls, Bridget, this person taught you your strength. Oftentimes, when we have karmic soul contracts of, people trying to take our power, our strength, it's to teach you of that inner savior within yourself. Which, even with that, I'm also... There's a balance. I was just having that conversation with a brother earlier. Yes, great. We found the inner savior. It's also okay to be open to help because there's a balance of the two. But what I do see here is this person really taught you to save yourself. This person really tried to just take almost everything from you. They tried so many different ways. For some of you, even imprisonment, some sort of trapping in some way, shape, or form. They'll do anything to throw like the traps to your soul destiny and your purpose, but no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Ooh, Jesus Christ. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. That came out right as I said it. Four of Cups. Seven of Cups. You're protected in every time, space, and dimension. All right. And again, even like say when it's someone trying to trap you, throwing traps, and I'm seeing like snares, you know, like I'm hearing the fowler's snare. I know that that's like in the Bible. Maybe it's the Lord's Prayer. But that's what's coming through is they try to send you a lot of different things. This is only taught you your own power. Why the King of Wands? For this reading of inner strength, Bridget, Melchizedek, higher learning, protect your energy, resurrection, past life healing. Why do we have Nine of Cups? Why do we have the Magician card? I see what this is over here. Why the Magician card with the Three of Swords? Oof. Why do we have the Two of Wands with the Nine of Cups? No, this person like really tried to come for everything it is that you were, not even everything. This person was trying to stop your creativity by like just stopping it. By sending some sort of trap. For some of you, I see imprisonment, slavery, whether that be symbolic or like actual, you know, taking that literally. Why the Three of Wands with the King of Wands? Why the King of Wands with the Six of Cups and the Three of Wands? So what I do see over here is rewards from the past coming in. Where's the collective's energy in this reading? You have the Hierophant over here. Why the Hierophant for the collective's energy in this reading? You have very beautiful energy. You're very protected. Yes, this is all here. You know, and it is the Kalima energy. When we think of Jaima Kalima, you know, I'm wearing yellow, so I think of Sri Bala, which is the childlike version of Kalima. It was just Kalima and the whole battlefield. And it was just Kalima. And she still slayed the whole battlefield. And this is like this is a karmic lesson for you. This was definitely a karmic relationship. They tried to get in the way of your connection to source. This person, what I see is you trying to create, you've got the power here. Why? Because you were given it. Because you are blessed with it. You are a visionary, foresight, King of Wands. You are a visionary. You are a creator. We have the Nine of Cups here, Two of Swords, and then the Two of Wands. So you're in beautiful energy here. Why the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords? Oh. The wrong person. There was a choice to let this person in or not. I mean, there's always a choice, but that's what I'm seeing over here. Why the Ace of Cups with the Two of Swords and Two of Wands? Someone is actually upset with you. And they want to like, oh, this person wants to destroy you. Not in the Kalima. Actually, I was going to put this out there, but I'm not going to put that. Not in the Kalima way. Kalima, the energy of destruction is not from the ego. It only destroys what is not of God's will. The ego, right? Those false beliefs, right? What's not a part of our structure. Those things that we cling and hold on to that cause overall suffering. That's true destructive energy. This person just wants to seek to destroy you. When it comes, that's what it is that you don't see. This is a past life connection. They're going to face karma if they try to do it. So if they do come for your creativity and what it is that you're creating, they will face karma. Now this person, it's interesting. What is the intentions? Or rather, what's the relationship between the collective and this person? What is the relationship between the collective and this person? They could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Why Queen of Swords and the Four of Swords for the relationship between the collective and this person? Oh, this person has a lot of air energy. But they're in a lot of fear. Confirmation, I just got a message. Five of Swords. They like want to not take you down. I'm not going to say that, you know, but they don't want you to walk away. Like they want to, yeah, this person's seeing you through a past life lens. And they feel like you're coming for them. A lot of air energy here. And Five of Swords, they're going to want to get the one up on you. However, it's coming from ego. So for them, it's coming from ego. You also have someone that might even, ooh, for some of you, they see you as a magician. Ooh, this reading is coming through, collective. Why do we have the magician there for the collective? Why do we have the magician there? Everything you have is from God. This person, Wheel of Fortune over here, you're meant to have a positive wheel turn of your destiny. You are meant to have that. That is your highest truth. This person wants to ruin it for you. All right, and that's what's coming through over here. This person, they may even be, because it's interesting, I can see them praying against you. They think that you're a magician, which maybe you are. Maybe you are a creator, you know, but they think in another sense. This person, the way that they see you is just completely like villainous. And that's why you have to protect your energy. This person, they see you as the bad guy. But I just see you creating, doing what it is that you're doing. You have beautiful energy. You're supposed to get a reward for your hard work. You're supposed to. For the Magician card here, you're showing up as the King of Pentacles, Page of Wands. You're meant to create and do things. You have a lot of ideas. This person is trying to do anything they can to like spoil your ideas, to not have this happen, not have that happen. Now, how does the collective feel about this person? This person suddenly came into your life and you suddenly left. It maybe didn't suddenly leave, but yeah, that's why. I'm getting a lot of the destruction energy, but it's interesting because this person, it's not true destruction energy. This person just wants to destroy you because they think that you're a magician. They think that you're up to something. And this person's like praying over here and they really want to stop you, but what they don't realize is that I'm hearing they're wrestling with God. As soon as I say that, a bird chirps over there. We do have the Eight of Cups. You're going to walk away from them. This person came very quickly in your life. This person, it may have even been kind of like chaotic of how they came into your life, where it was just suddenly. And it was, you know, the sparks and the butterflies, and all of a sudden, you know, you're together, and it didn't end up so great. They ended up like really, so for some of you, you could also resonate that maybe this was rushed in time. Won't resonate with everyone, but I am seeing that things happened very quickly. Very strong, intense love. And then it just turned quickly too, you know. We have the Eight of Cups here. You did walk away. Now, why the Three of Swords and the Devil card? We're gonna get you through this, collective. Whoever, whatever this is, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Oh, a part of it is like this person feels like they missed out on an opportunity with you. Why Four of Cups with the Two of Cups? Look at that. It's interesting though, because this person, they could have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in their chart. It could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have a lot of air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, especially Gemini. This person, it's like, it's interesting. They do feel a little bit maybe rejected by you in some way, shape, or form. And it's almost like because it's like what they thought was going to happen between you. And I'm just going to say how it's coming through. You're not who 444, as I say that, they necessarily thought that you were. But you're also not a bad person either, is what I'm seeing here. You're creating, you're doing things. This person is coming from the ego. where it's just like, because I thought that, I want to destroy this and what that person is doing. And that's not right. Now, what is the advice for the collective? What is the advice for the collective when it comes to the situation? You're going to get justice, baby. You're going to get justice. 5 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, justice. Those who laugh last are the ones who laugh the longest. You may laugh last in this situation. You're going to laugh the longest because you're getting ma'at, justice. It's going to come. This person wished for poverty upon you. This person wanted to destroy you. They see you as a magician. Yeah, and again, it's coming from ego. It's from some sort of rejection. Something didn't work out. And for some of you, there's this energy of like whoever this person is, they don't even understand you. Like they're almost upset that they don't understand you. All right, but this person is seeking to destroy, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. All right, that's what I'm seeing here. Like you're meant for very beautiful things, and it's destined to happen. There's some energy over here. All right, now what can the collective do when it comes to this energy? Yeah, when it comes to that 5 of Wands, what can the collective do? Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Yes, they have the 8 of Swords here, but no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You are going to thrive, okay? Queen of Pentacles. We do have the King of Pentacles here with the Page of Wands. You have very great ideas. You have a very creative mind. I do see a lot of abundance, a lot of wealth that surrounds you as well. So how do you get through this conflict? And we have God's will, so realigning with God's will over here. I do see some sort of abundance that comes in for you. What's also coming through is remaining grounded. This person, yes, they're attacking your material world in different ways, but what are they really doing? They're like going like that to your root chakra. They want to trigger that nervous system. So be happy. Don't give them that. Not saying that that's easy, for someone who's doing all of that, but don't give them that. I do see you seeking your own happiness. In the midst of that, remain grounded, right? Because that's really what they want you to do. Like, yes, they're attacking your material. They're only doing that, though, because they want the emotion out of you. They want you in a 5 of Cups. They want you in a 5 of Pentacles. They want you in a 5 of Wands. So don't give them that. I do see you still continuing going on. This particular situation requires like mental strength and dropping into the heart, but I see you happy, positive, free, and fun, and I'm going to give you this. Especially when someone's doing something with like ill, harmful, negative intentions and like it's against their soul destiny, etc. I transmute any and all negativity to whatever, unconditional love, abundance, peace, joy, whatever, happiness, or it must be released back to the earth, back to source light, back to the regions of love, but it may never penetrate my auric field. And you are a sovereign light being. All right, so you have the authority to say that. We do have the BBB program that's coming up. It's coming up right in the first week of June. We do have a few more days until the early bird is over for the 55.55 USD. We're going to be meeting for 4 weeks, and it's all on energetic boundaries. It's actually about this kind of stuff, where it's the affirmations, etc. You are a sovereign light being, and nothing and no one shall ever obstruct your soul destiny at any time, space, or dimension. All right, I got some cinnamon here too. If anyone has ever been looking for anything like extra to cleanse and clear with, those cinnamon things you get at like Stop and Shop, ShopRite, whatever grocery store is near you, it's like $10. You get a whole thing of like all these cinnamons, and it lasts a long time, and you burn the cinnamon and you could cleanse with it. This is just as, good as Palo Santo, rose, sage, all of that stuff. So get some cinnamon sticks. And that's the way to cleanse the energy. But yeah, when it comes to this particular situation, this one's kind of hard, where this person is really trying hard, say those affirmations. You are a walking alchemist. So any and all negativity that is not in alignment with my soul's highest truth, with unconditional love, with my soul destiny, it must never, ever penetrate my auric field. It must never, ever prosper through any time, space, or dimension. And saying those specific words, your words hold power. And being very specific in those things too. And that would actually really help in this situation, because the highest truth is, if this person is doing something against your soul destiny, that is ill-intended, negative, etc., the highest truth is it holds no power. And that's the highest truth. So definitely get those prayers in. But that's what I have for you. Let's grab some cards over here. We'll pull some more cards. Mary Magdalene, Sacred Marriage over here. All right, Mary Magdalene can resonate with you. New York is calling me. I don't know why New York is calling me. Maybe New York is calling you. All right, Mary Magdalene, Sacred Marriage over here. What else do we have for this reading for the ancient souls? What is some advice, closing advice? Aphrodite, eternal love. However, I will say, like, if this is the love thing, just be mindful of that. All right, but good things are coming in for you. You come back into alignment with your soul destiny. You come back into alignment with all of the positivity, all of the goodness, and you clear this person and that karmic cycle out. You're ending off with the Justice card and the Sun card over here. All right, what else do we have for this reading, for the ancient souls? What else do we have for this reading? Yeah, this is requiring patience. There's cosmic law and order. So it requires patience. Meanwhile, this person is like looking at you like a magician and they want to destroy you. And you're literally just sitting here waiting for cosmic law and order. Divine order, natural law, cause and effect, divine intelligence, and then patience and stillness. All right. So that's what I think is kind of funny. Where like they see you as a magician and they want to destroy all of it. Meanwhile, it says over here that you're waiting for cosmic divine, in order. I'm going to grab another card of advice. What do we have for advice for this person? Advice, rather, for the ancient souls. What do we have for advice for the ancient souls on this reading? It's so interesting. You have nothing but love cards for closing out this reading. And I'm going to leave off with this. Don't allow anyone to take or steal your joy. That person is trying to drain or siphon your energy. These people that try to give you a hard time, yeah, maybe they're attacking your material world and this and that. They are draining and siphoning your energy by trying to trigger you. So don't give them that. I see beautiful heart energy. You are someone that you're naturally, this energy, Lady Nana, heart awakening, Mary Magdalene, sacred marriage, Aphrodite, eternal love. This person is trying to lower you down into an energy that is not your soul's highest truth. They could live in that reality where they think that that's you. That's not your soul's highest truth. You're just pure love over here. And that's what you really tried to do. That's what you really tried to be. This karmic relationship, I'm seeing the shadow as soon as I say that. This person brought out a lot of your shadow, but the shadow was not the negativity of like, oh, look, that person's kicking and screaming. Of course they are. Look what you're doing to them, But it brought out the shadow of like, no, I am my own savior. The power's within me. And I'm more powerful than I thought that I was. That is the shadow work that's actually here. Meanwhile, they're probably projecting onto you of like, oh, look at that person reacting and things like that. Well, when you're doing things like that, shadow queen, there you go. And that's what I see is that your shadow in that was actually not the emotion part. Which like, being, we're grounded and things like that. Of course, I think anyone who was going through that would react in some way, shape, or form. And a lot of it was more of the walking away and the not staying, the not feeding into that person's negativity and the ways that they're trying to attack you. That was actually more of the shadow work. 333 as I say that. And I'm going to I did say I was going to get a card for their facing karma over here. Do you have cord cut? All right. What do we have for their facing karma for the collective? Oh. As soon as I say that, the number changes in the chat. Well, think that. I didn't say it yet. For some of you, the person that you were with, it definitely, for some of you, definitely romantic relationship. Others of you, just a soulmate. Doesn't have to be. I'm going to grab one more card. Why the Lovers with the Two of Pentacles for their facing karma? The next person, Ace of Swords, that's the truth. The next person they came across gave them their karma. That was their karma. They even moved on from you after this. And they try to like, oh, it's the ancient soul. It's the collective or this or that. The next person who came in, they received karma through someone else. And that's what it's showing here. Okay, so that's what I have for you. That's what's hiding from you. Most of the time, it's like a very positive reading of what's hiding. What you do need to see is that you're going to get through this karmic release. You have a past life with them. Past life all over this deck. You will receive your karmic justice. Yes, you will. Cosmic order is in effect over here. You will have a phoenix rising. It is some fire alchemy over here. And this, I will say, has tested you financially, mentally, emotionally. This past life karmic relationship. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. It has only taught you how powerful you are. This is your energy collective. The Hierophant and the Empress card. You've got the power. You've learned the lessons. So be open and ready to receive. All right. That's what I have for you. Let's go to the Soul Tribe chat. Grounding, and this is a year of the root. It's the year of the snake, the serpent, which means that there's a lot of focus on Kundalini energy, on serpent energy. Kundalini awakens at the root, right? If we think of the way Kundalini goes up the spine. And so the whole world is having an awakening through the root. That's why there's a lot of chaos and this and that, and a lot of emotions in the collective, a lot of changes, etc. What it's doing in the collective is triggering basically the world, right? If there's so many different reflections or so many changes in the world, it brings a lot to the nervous system. You're going to see a lot of things in the world, all countries. I'm in the USA, but it's all countries. For now, I am. When it comes to money, when it comes to society, right? Governments, how things work, programs and systems. We just started a new Venusian 8-year cycle. I will say the past 8 years was a little bit more triggering of people back and forth as we had COVID, etc. With that Venusian 8-year cycle. We're in a fresh Venus cycle. And so, you should be meeting people that are in alignment with your soul, with your heart, that are in soul alignment rather, that are authentically aligned. If I could speak. Strider, they can try. I'm crazy in love and I couldn't feel myself even if I wanted to. Oh my Lord Jesus. I'm procrastinating AF. Yeah, I mean, that South Node in Virgo too is going to highlight with that Pisces North Node routines, especially like a spiritual routine, but routines in general. Sage Path, Sharky Sharks. Listen to Pisces. Pisces, Saturn's about to move into Aries. You are not fishies. You are great white sharks. I don't know the next time that Saturn is going to be in Pisces. You are, oh, yeah, it will happen again in our lifetime. You are a great white shark. I was smoking a cinnamon stick and today, and I don't inhale the cinnamon stick. I stopped smoking cigarettes and sucking. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Or her too. So different. Yeah. Hey, Elijah, how are you? Thank you for moderating, Elijah. Elijah and I had a nice Hape ceremony. I forgot which medicine for a second. Hape ceremony like 2 weeks ago. I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago, Elijah. I forgot what it was. Thank you for your service. Let's see. Yeah, thank you for your service. Your message, I clicked out of it for a second. Much love to you. So we're going to get in a quick Soul Tribe chat. I was talking about a lot of the changes in the world. Right now, the most important thing is just knowing how to ground and to regulate. Like what works for you? What grounding and regulating techniques work for you? As there is so much going on in the collective, so much going on in the world. And one of the lessons the everyone's learning, the spiritual community too, is we can't avoid anything. The love and the light doesn't avoid anything. We are here to merge and all is light, and so right now I'm seeing a lot of the collective going through a lot of integration, a lot of merging, a lot of grounding, as we move, especially with moving from Saturn to Pisces to Saturn into Aries. That's going to be a big transit that's happening in the collective. And so what happens when the world is constantly changing? Most of us, so most people don't really like change, right? And not even material items as like money and the glam and the this and the that, but change. Where world is changing so much, ideas are changing so much, the internet is changing so much. But that is the only thing that remains constant is change. That's actually the only thing we can rely on is the fact that things are going to change. And so what this is leading up to, right, like in the prophetic timelines, 144,000. You are heaven on earth, and our only true safety is within, is anchoring that heart into the cosmic womb of our divine mother, Gaia, Sophia, whatever divine mother name, sacred mother name resonates with you. And that is the highest truth. Namaste. Free spirit goes easier. Yes, it will. All will be alchemized and transmuted. Hi, Corey Gamble. Abracadabra. I like that song by Lady Gaga. Nice eye. Elijah. I see 144 all the time. You probably heard a Mustang. You probably hear a few things over here. Feel free to put in the comments, what is it that you want to explore today? Let's dive deep. I know I read mostly for Pisces. I don't know if there's any other Pisces, or feel free to drop your comments in the feel free to drop your sign in the comment below. It's not even Mercury retrograde. Gosh. Hi, Velvet. How are you? No, you are. Don't be sorry that you are late. You are not late. You are on time. What is time? Yeah, feel free to put in the comments what it is that you want to dive deep into today, and we'll all just dive deep into our conversations. One day we'll be in physical space with one another. We do have a Puerto Rico retreat in January 2026. It is less than $350 a day for food included, shared lodging, multiple plant medicine men and women, multiple plant medicines. We're going to be having combo, hape, we're going to have cacao. There's going to be just so much. So feel free to join. You can go to 144bluerosetemple.com to join, or you can email me. All the information's in that box below. My email is letsgohome7777, so 4 sevens, @gmail.com. Exactly, Tom. No tree will reach the heavens until it reaches the roots of hell, which is just simply our unconscious, subconscious, and our conscious. What's weird? Let's see. Hello from Connecticut to Copenhagen. What about the 144,000? Is the 144,000 only twin flame? I have, I think, different perspectives on the twin flame journey, where for me, to me, anything other than your union with God is a lower twin flame union. Our highest union is just that physical and the spiritual, which would be the light body, right? And the physical body coming into union, that inner masculine and feminine, that feminine, the unseen, the emotions, the intuition, that connection with spirit, the masculine, our inner safety, our body, the physical, our relationship with the material world from our inner world. And so for me, that's how I see the true twin flame journey. And if people are doing that, I do believe that they may meet like a twin flame, a mirror without of them. Do I believe it's only one person in the whole world? I don't, I just, yeah, I don't know if I believe in that, because this world is so infinite. This world is so infinite. And we're the only, us humans are the only ones that are counting time, like in this realm, we're the only ones counting time. So is that actually true? Or, is that something that's kind of more man-made in order for us to understand that concept better? That's the way that I think, but I don't know anything. I don't know. But that's what comes through for me, is like, how can we count those things? And then a true twin flame union would be someone who's in union with themselves, say the spiritual purpose, God, whatever resonates, and they meet someone else that's also in that inner union. So that's what I think the twin flame union is. For me, like my twin flame, I do not connect to an astral twin flame. My twin flame is just simply the masculine energy in my life. So this is my devotion to my twin flame, the infinity symbol right here, which represents my inner Osiris and my inner Isis. So infinite symbol, again, also represents the union of the spiritual and the material worlds. And so for me, That's how I see the twin flame journey. So as a feminine, my relationship to my inner safety, how protected and safe I feel in my own body, the relationship I have with the material world, my physical body, all those different things. And the relationship, I have to men and masculine energy without of me in my life that maybe aren't necessarily romantic. To me, that's all the twin flame journey. And then that's when you really get the best, maybe romantic love, right? Because we find and we see love within our own selves. We are truly connected to source, so we lack nothing. That person, that twin flame that comes in, they're not source. They're not the person who's telling us that we're enlightened or this or that, and so I think that's what the twin flame journey is, but I don't know anything. I will say though, I'm seeing a lot of the call for everyone to come into union, so I do see a lot of people coming together. I see lots of spirit babies this year, lots of them, and it's beautiful. And I see a lot of soul brothers and sisters coming together too, or even in my life, people are just trickling in of like, oh my gosh, you guys are my people, so be open to all of those different things, and also appreciating the love within us and without of us until that twin flame or that person comes in. What do you think? Put it in the comments below. I love that, Elijah, tuning into your inner silence. Connecting with the elements. I love that. Yeah, silence is necessary. There's so much, we realize that we're always maybe hearing something, even if it's like the sound of a fan, the lawnmower out there. The lights sometimes even have a sound that are like just so low that you don't quite hear it. Just really tuning into self. It's so important. Pisces cusp. Hello, Mario. Hi, Ashley. Cacao. Yes, we're going to be having cacao, hape, and combo for 4 days. So it's only less than $3.50 a day for all 4 days included. And I think it's actually less than that. It's $11.11 in total. So divide 11 by, it's less than $3.50 a day for everything included, including all of the medicines, sleeping, food, everything. So feel free to go to 144bluerosetemple.com. We are taking payment options and plans, so feel free to join. You can also email me if you have any questions, and sign up ends in the beginning of August. What sign am I? I'm a Pisces. March 1st, Pisces. No, I've never had the connection I have with my flame now. Yeah, I will say the twin flame connection, like it's different. Very, very different. I believe in it for sure. I'm not in like a physical union with my twin flame. I've met one person that I didn't even necessarily want them to be my twin flame, because I was already at the point when I met him, and it was physical, like physical in person, on and off for a year. And it was already at the point in my journey though where I was like kind of not anti-twin flame, but I don't need a twin flame without of me. Like that's not what I'm craving or wanting, like my path, my purpose, and then the rest is just extra, and that would be a great addition. So I already met him when and I was already over the twin flame journey. We would go into separation, and every single time I say twin flame, even if it's 6 months later, text me. 3 months later, no contact. Twin flame, text me at the same exact moment. I remember one day feeling his energy, getting frustrated with Spirit. I was like, Spirit, I'm not even wanting him to be my twin flame. Text me after 4 months, So for me, that was the closest that I experienced, say, a twin flame energy to. Again, I don't really subscribe to the twin flame journey. I see it actually as a distraction, for me at least, where my twin flame is the journey. So the other person, you don't put all the power into them. It's always God, and two people putting all the power into God is a very beautiful and powerful thing. So that's what I would want, or my soul would crave or desire. So I do believe in the twin flame journey, and I have met one person that's like, oh, this is like really, really spirit. I say the word twin flame and that man texts me. That man looked like me, and our journeys were also very, very similar. However, we're not in a physical union. Pisces singer. So yeah, like, I don't believe that if we are not with our twin flame, that we're gonna have to come back here. We're gonna have to reincarnate again. And like that's so, I don't know, not that I think that it's necessarily silly, but it's just very human, like we think those things when they're, it's just so infinite, the universe. Yes, of course, the real, what is your name over here? The real 4EB. Yes, happiness, joy is the spiritual journey. Yes, and yes, we attract the lessons it is that we need to learn, where it's not so personal. 432. I've seen eagles all over for like 3 weeks. Lately, my twin flame has been more of an inner one. Yeah, Elijah, me too. Where I don't see it that way. There was one man where I was saying of like, I don't believe in twin flames, and that man pop up everywhere. This, that. I'm just like, what's going on? So that one, if I wasn't a believer, it kind of made me a believer. I'm not gonna lie about that. That made me a believer. Wow, beautiful birthday. You're a Leo. You are the sun. 1988. There you go. You are the sun. Can't wait for that portal. Jesus Christ. That was a response to a comment. Please pray. Yes, Tammy, we pray for you. We pray for miracles upon his eyes and his life and your life. Well said. Balance is our inner twin flame. Yeah, that's just what I see. That's all we're here to do is bring the balance. And that's the thing, is like we're constantly out of balance. We are the soul light. When someone says something positive or negative, even if something says something too positive to you all the time, there's a balance of both the light and the shadow, of the masculine and the feminine. So every single day, us as souls, we're bringing in such balance in the world. I love that. I remember a lot of those things as a kid too, Andre. Yeah, Andre, and everyone, pay attention to those things that you remember as a kid. When about the first thought of realization of this world, I remember being 6 or 7 and floating down from the sky into your body, and suddenly knew that sounds like a soul walking, Andre. That sounds like a soul walking, Andre, where you feel yourself come into your body, and then a new life afterwards. That sounds a lot like a soul retrieval or soul walking. So go look that up. Maybe that will resonate with you. Yeah, I remember being a kid as well, 6 or 7 years old, where it was Yeshua, Jesus, and at the time what I felt was God telling me what would happen in my life. And so I was told what would happen in my life and how it would happen, and it didn't happen. And it felt like 6 or 7, because what God said is, well, I'm going to fix it. The beginning of your life, oh, God, but I'm going to fix it. He did not say it like that at all whatsoever, but it was like that. It was like, this is what's going to happen, but this is what happens afterwards. And so as a kid, I always held on to that of like, well, actually what God said or Yeshua said at 6 years old, my life looks like that. But he also said what's going to happen after that, and so, yeah, pay attention to those things that you remember at 5 and 6 and 7, and even earlier, as we've always been channeling. Balance, yes, within is our twin flame. Spirit baby last night, and I don't know what to think about it. Yeah, I would ask of like, what is it that you felt last night from your spirit baby? And I don't know what to think about it. A lot of spirit babies have been coming through. I'm just swallowing this down. A lot of spirit babies are coming through in the collective because they are either supporting parents with their journeys and their missions, or they're wanting to be born. So sometimes spirit babies are just etheric and spiritual. Some of them are actually going to be born and, to be physically birthed into the world. So if anyone, pay attention to those spirit baby signs. My spirit baby shows up as Kali Ma. And you see my face when I say that because, listen, I know a lot. I know nothing at all. I was going to say I know a lot, but I know nothing. I know things about Kalima. With this little girl in my dreams for the past 3 years and other people's dreams. I've had people that watch me on YouTube tell me about the dreams that they had with my daughter. And she shows up as Kalima every time. And she's like, hey, I'm going to bring you right into alignment for me to come into your life. And I'm just like, what? She like shows up as a destroyer in every dream, and even dreams of people who like are my mentors that watch me on YouTube, but only to bring my life into alignment for her to come into my life. So those are the dreams I've been having with my spirit baby for 2 years. And it's just kind of like, oh, okay. She comes in very strong as a little girl in my dreams. So whether or not I'll have a daughter in the future, I don't know. But she comes in and she's like, yeah, this is what's going to happen. And you're going to do this. And you need to do this shadow work for me to come in. And she talks like that too. I'm scared. I'm not scared. It only requires me to align with God's will. It's fine. I'll do it. Desire. Soul desires are... Someone said desires your twin flame. Soul, and what I think of when I hear that, those soul desires, right? Your soul desires what's already yours. Desire necessarily is not... Ego desire is different than a soul desire. Sometimes your soul desires something because it remembers you already having it. And so that's just what comes through when I hear the word desire. Yeah, twin flame is not conditional love, and I have not enjoyed for quite some time. March 1st. Yes, Dom, birthday twin. Just like Trinity and Neo. Yes, Elijah. Homeopathy works well. Yes, it does. Thank you, Kenneth. Hi, Ken. How are you? I hope that you had a good jump for your birthday in March. I remember that. Yeah, that's how I see twin flames. And so I got this. I've had a infinity sign on my ring finger. Well, not sign. I wore infinity ring for years. And then I decided to finally just get it tattooed because I'm like, well, I wear it every day. I might as well just tattoo it. But that's that promise to God, to my, my journey, wherever the journey takes me, and my inner masculine, my inner feminine. Hello. Thank you for joining Soul Sessions. What else? What is another topic that we would like to dive into today? Yes, Elijah, Rahas, Tamas, and Sattva. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, what's your question about Tarot Cards Avenue? We're having a soul chat. We already had a reading. What you need to know about that reading is you end up getting through it. Cosmic Order and Justice has got you. All right. Ah, you do follow me on Instagram. No, I don't. Right now, my only social media is YouTube. I'm rebranding my Instagram. I only had Instagram and no, I had TikTok too. But my thing is like YouTube. But my Instagram is under construction. So it's actually not up right now. It's just like, I forgot what they call it when you disable it. So it's disabled for now as I'm creating a bunch of new content and creativity to bring to the Instagram and focusing on YouTube as I do that. Ah, I like that question. It's interesting because that came up in the card earlier. I would say a medium is not necessarily a tarot card reader. Anyone can get a tarot card deck. Knight of Pentacles over here. Anyone can get a tarot card deck. Hi, priestess. And read what it means and just read cards. You don't need, and I don't even like to use the word spiritual gifts. I like to use the word openness. Like I'm open to spirit. You can easily read tarot cards without necessarily seeing energy, entities, even things. Like there are people who don't necessarily have that kind of connection, but are able to get the cards out, and it does come out as they're supposed to come out, and they read them in that way, and then there's people who actually see the entities. So like for me in my tarot readings, it's actually more of the other side of things than the cards. The cards are just what help channel it all with words. But I'm someone who's very, very visual. So I will literally see things, when it comes to people's energies, entities, things like that. So whenever I'm reading and you see me go like that, or like I'm kind of looking just in a different way, I'm seeing something, and then channeling it. Ooh, you're a leap year baby. Yeah, there's a little fly that I'm trying to get in here. It's now finally nice outside, so I've been opening up the windows and there is a little fly that I've been trying to get. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna try to let him out nicely. I'm gonna give him the opportunity, like, hey, there's an open window. You can go out the window. I'm gonna try and see how it goes. Oh, you held the spirit baby close to your chest and heart. That's beautiful. I've had one dream with that baby. I actually had 5 dreams that I found out I was pregnant at 8 months pregnant. 5 of them. And that's why I mean where I'm just like, oh, okay, spirit baby. Okay. Hi. Nice to meet you. And she comes as a little Kalima each time. She basically comes with my energy, probably times 3, even smaller. Oh, especially if you're feeling though that baby, sit with that baby, ask that baby, what is it that you are wanting to bring to my life? So even if it's spiritually and they never physically manifest, what are you wanting to bring to my life? And see what comes through for you in meditation. Oh, cool. I was in your dream. I've heard all different kinds of dreams with me in them. All different kinds. How old are you if we include I like that question, Elijah. I was actually going to ask him that too. I am originally from New York. I live in Connecticut. Yes, I do, Ken. I remember once there was a ceremony in Pennsylvania, and there was a woman there that I've never met her. I didn't even know what she looked like. Her icon on the YouTube thing was not her face. The second I saw her at that ceremony, I knew who she was just by her energy from the screen name. Where I said her screen name and she looked at me, I was like, oh, it's her. Like I just felt from the screen name alone her energy as she walked into the room, despite there being all the other people there. So I would love the opportunity to have physical ceremonies with others, to be in space, and I'm very thankful for the infinite ethernet to bring us all together too. Yeah, and you can replay the live once it ends, you'll be able to. Are there any other spiritual topics it is that we would like to dive into today? I'm thankful for you, Robin. Yes, and I will actually comment on that too. Is it Janique? There's like a little thing on my phone. JA Mike 38. So for example, I don't watch tarot. I actually don't watch tarot. There's 2 readers that I may watch and I will go to them. I'm not even like checking every day. I'm very sensitive to energy. So I actually don't really watch tarot. I always recommend to people find 3 tarot readers that resonate with you. As soon as it's 333, I will know. And then, not to only go to those readers, but it's all energy and it's all kinds of energy. And so if you're watching tarot all day, you are absorbing a lot of energy, and it's great because it brings us clarity and insight, right, when it comes to our own situations. However, just be mindful of that, especially for the sensitives out there, that yes, if you watch enough tarot, you'll feel the energy, and you don't need to. And again, there's just a lot on the internet. So for me, I'm someone, despite me being public, on the internet, I go on, I log off, and I try to be very present when I am, present in my life. So you're saying you're clairvoyant and psychic too. My name is Claire. Yeah, I always say my name is Claire, where it was since a child, I can see a lot. Telepathic, very sensitive to energy. All of the clairvoyances, the one that I don't experience often at all is the smell. Very rarely. The smell, I forgot what that's called. I'm all of the other clairs, except for like the smell one. I don't really get the smell one too often, but once in a while I'll see it. Um, yeah, and so I forgot which one that's called, which clair. Yeah, a lot of my journey was grounding. I remember when I first met my shaman, when I first started working with him, like maybe almost 6 years ago now, 5 years ago maybe. He was like, Jocelyn, you would thrive as a shaman. You would thrive as a medicine woman. My whole life I was very neurodivergent, this and that. And it was the fact that there's so much that I can channel. And so starting to work with my medicine man, my maestro, uh, 5 to 6 years ago has helped me ground over time. And what I remember the words he said to me, I still won't forget. And he said, in that world, maybe you don't quite thrive, but in this world, you're low key. This mug says low key thriving. As I'm talking about thriving, but yeah, that's what he said is, in the shamanic world, Jocelyn, you would really thrive. Um, and what's coming through with that? Yeah, when it comes to your psychic gifts, when it comes to your spiritual gifts, not the only reason, I don't want to necessarily say that, but a lack of expression causes depression. And so when you're living in soul alignment is when you're your happiest, your most peaceful, most happiest, most bliss, most balance is when you're living in your soul blueprint and alignment. For me, I meant to channel. I've been doing it since a kid in so many different ways. I don't feel good when I cannot channel, and so that's just what was coming through too, is live in your soul blueprint. Not living in your soul blueprint is what causes those symptoms of depression, of anxiety, of this, of that, because you're living a life that is not truly aligned for you or to you. And so my maestro, again, years ago, really helped me with that. And I'm actually someone that connects with the grounding medicines, kambo, hape, not actually the other stuff. Feel free to also share your shamanic experiences, plant medicine experiences, and just how it's helped you in your life. Thank you, Marlon Smith. I love you. Hi, Brittany. How are you? Hi, Salem. Thank you for being here. Ebony Clay. How can one strengthen their clairs? For me, how I actually strengthened my clairs was by removing other things. So, like, how I strengthened my clair was that, so for example, I don't read tarot for myself. I only read it for other people. I don't need the tarot. Like, and I'm saying maybe twice or 3 times a year, I might pull out a tarot card for myself. I like the oracles. The oracles, I meditate, I'll do it almost a daily basis. I don't read tarot for myself. And the reason why I did that years ago was because I did not want to, I wanted just a direct connection to source. And so again, that sacred rebellion part of me was like, no, I want nothing, which it all helps and it all serves, but not putting too much power without of you is what really strengthens those clairs. And there's a balance because we do need help. We do need each other. I have 2 mentors right now, not including my medicine man. That's 3. I have support. I have ancient ones that are guiding me, that are helping me make sense of my downloads and are there to listen to me, to guide me, etc. But I also I'm very thankful that I've attracted and manifested, I guess, those mentors and teachers that are very soul aligned. So always pray for those that are soul aligned in all things in all ways in your life. But that's one way that I strengthened my clairvoyances was not having access to things. And that really helped. And again, the shamanic journey, though, too. I have done some plant medicine journeys and ceremonies, and a lot of those experiences have helped to awaken those parts of me, have helped to awaken the meridian points in my body, etc. And so meditation, like I really did make the time, and I do make the time to have a routine. So I maybe spend about an hour every single morning, 30 minutes to an hour in meditation. And rarely, is it a quick morning where I'm just getting up, coffee, and going. Most of the time, it's not that way at all, like 90%. So meditation really helped. Plant medicine really helped. And then not putting too much power without me and other things had helped too. I pick up on smell. Yeah, that's the one clairvoyance that not really so much at all, the smell thing, but the other clairvoyance is burning sage. Hi, Victoria. How are you? Hi, Nancy. How are you? We can dive into another chat over here and dive deep into that chat before I grab some cards and I send you on your way. Thank you for being here with me today. Tomorrow we're going to have an all signs reading, Pisces reading, and a channel members reading. And then just a reminder, we have the BBB program coming up. It is only $55.55 USD, 4 live web calls, 2 Akashic Records revocations, 4 at-home rituals. And so I'm basically giving you everything it is that I do. You know, a lot of things that I do to cleanse the energy, to clear. We're going to have 1-hour web calls for 4 weeks straight, and it's only $55.55 USD. So feel free to go to 144bluerosetemple.com to invest. And that starts on the first week of June. Oh, yes, I'm praying for a beautiful clearing for you from Sekhmet herself, Victoria. Good to see you too. What are the benefits of knowing Akashic Records? Yes, I talk about Akashic Records a lot. I would say I endorse the Akashic Records, 111 as I say that, but because it's changed my life so much. You know, Akashic Records for me is not some like spiritual technique that I just post online. I changed my life with the Akashic Records. I would not be here in front of you if it was not for the Akashic Records. I was able to see, you know, karmic soul contracts, able to see terms and conditions, you know, etc. And I was able to make changes in my life, you know, by realigning to God's will, which God's will is not like a religion God, just God's will is the highest, whatever that may mean infinitely to you. So retethering to my soul destiny, retethering to God's will, and also taking aligned action, you know, so I would do Akashic record sessions and I would take aligned actions. I would create plans in my life of like, okay, this is how I'm going to align to these higher contracts. And I would do it, you know, and so it would happen. And the Akashic records are just infinitely helpful. There's so much that you can get in an Akashic record session, and no Akashic record session is the same from one of them to the other. There's always something there for you, and it's your birthright to access, you know, so it can be very helpful to access them, you know, for, again, aligning with your dharma, your soul purpose, you know, clearing out past lives, etc. Hi, Sakumar. Yes, hi, Kumar. How are you? Do we have Sanat Kumara over here? I was just thinking, yes, we do. Sanat Kumara. I was thinking about the Kumars. Oh, you're from India. That is so beautiful. God bless you. Hello, Miss Lady. Does anyone have any questions on Akashic Records or even anything that they want to share on the Akashic Records? Hi, Sandra. How are you? Slim Shady. Yo. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to grab some cards. Hi, Tina. I'm going to grab some cards to give us a closing message today. Now, for whoever resonates with what's hiding from you, what you do need to know is that's past life. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. They're facing karma through the person that they met after you. And that's what you do need to know from from whoever resonated with that reading. Yeah. Before I get the readings in, yeah. Someone's asking, is it possible that I'm connecting to the Akashic Records without knowing it? Oh, yeah. And I only say that because I was, and I didn't realize it. Where it was an Akashic Records holder that once told me, Jocelyn, do you realize this was the beginning of my priestess journey, where it's like my first year as like on the high priestess journey. I'm around all these high priestesses. I've been doing it for years. And she was like, you know, you channel the Akashic Records, right? I was like, huh? She was like, Jocelyn, do you understand what you just channeled to me, for me? And so you can access the Akashic Records without a pathway prayer. It's it's like a higher dimensional reading. So it's a meditation, usually a pathway prayer or meditation that you have to do to access that, dimension or consciousness. Now, there are people who are very open to that realm, and so for me, I didn't realize that I was always channeling the Akashic records, and I always had just direct access where no, when I do the sessions, for those of you who have been in session with me, I do the prayer, but I never needed to. Where I didn't realize that though until another Akashic Records person told me, Jocelyn, you're channeling the Akashic Records. So long story short, yes, you can always access the Akashic Records, just even walking in your day. And you can definitely get a download of the Akashic Records, just in your normal day 24/7. Yes. Yes, my twin flame is opposite. I learned from the pain from separation so much. Yeah, and it's just asking us to find that within. We're never any separate from anyone or anything. As soon as I say that, I'm hearing the song Running by Beyonce. Running, 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 running. Like, what are we running from? Who are we even running to? And so I'm happy that we as a world and society are kind of coming out of that twin flame of like, oh, I have to have my twin flame and the romantic union, because if anything, that now not if anything, that is a distraction and it's a false agenda. It's taking you away from God, from your purpose. So then people are just thinking of like, let me do the healing so I could attract my twin flame. No, you do the healing for you. You do the healing for you to jump a timeline, for you to be in union with your higher self. And that person will love you, meet you there, and continue to rise with you. I'm okay with the higher level soulmate. If we're going to do labels, I'm just whatever's in alignment. That is actually though how I operate, is soul alignment. So if it's in soul alignment, it's soul aligned, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, so how do you get into the records? You can go on Google and look up Pathway Akashic Records Prayers, where you go into meditation, and go on Google Akashic Records Pathway Prayer. You could also go on YouTube, which may be easier, Guided Akashic Records Meditation, and it'll just bring you right in there as you're meditating with your eyes closed. I get information in the shower. Wow. Yeah, for me, it's like when there's motion. And so spinning and dancing or driving, I get even more downloads than I usually do. All right, that's beautiful. So we're going to be getting in some just closing messages for the collective today. Divine Mother, Divine Father, Holy Spirit of God. What do we have for the Divine Collective? For all signs, the ancient souls, let's get an Isis message. What do we need to know? Enter the chamber of healing. Osiris rises. Healing the divine masculine. We got a message. All right, and then enter the chamber of healing, healing in the chamber of the Lady in Isis. But when I think of this, I see the womb. So the womb can resonate with you. Some of you also may be going through a cycle of healing. I mean, the reading we just did, that was a reading, okay? So there may be a cycle of healing. The world is healing. We're always healing. We're always walking the journey. So allow yourself just to rest into this temple. Honor your journey. Know that you are whole in this very moment of now. And Osiris may resonate with you as we have healing the divine masculine. Osiris rises. I always get excited when Osiris rises. I'm hurting in my solar plexus. Call back your power. Confirmation. Why do we have enter the chamber of healing for the collective? Closing out this message. Why do we have enter the chamber of healing? You are a healer and you are magic. Chakra healing over here. For some of you, and this is a collective thing. There's a lot of physical body integration right now, especially Taurus. Taurus rules Venus. It does rule the physical body. We're going through a lot of ascension right now. And so it's important to give your body what it needs, the water, the food, whatever your body may need. For some reason, blood type is coming to mind. You could look up your blood type of what foods are best for your body. We do have You Are a Healer, Bridget. Bridget came out in that reading too, so some of you are into Celtic Bridget energy. Enter the Chamber of Healing. Magic. All right, you are a magical healer though too. So be open to the cycle of healing for some of you. You're going to thrive through it all. And also you are a healer. So understand too, for some of you, you're receiving this message because you are that space to other people. I'm going to get a few more cards as we close this out. What else do we have for the ancient souls, for all signs closing out this reading? Enter the chamber of healing. Love, hope, and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. So for enter the chamber of healing, it could simply be, shifting your thoughts of how you feel about yourself, especially after the reading that we just had. You are valuable. You are worthy. You are a healer. You are magical. You are loved, and love is yours. All right, we do have Mercury, open communication over here. I'm going to grab just a few more cards. What are some final cards for this reading? Yeah, energy field adjustment over here. So you could benefit from cleansing, setting some energetic boundaries over here. We did talk about the cinnamon. So we talked about cinnamon. You can actually take cinnamon sticks to cleanse your energy. You could do the prayers, affirmations that we were just talking about too, whatever works for you. But yeah, cinnamon sticks. You get that at the grocery store. You know, those big boxes for, what is it, maybe 10 bucks? But you have cinnamon sticks probably for a few months to burn with that 10 bucks, box of the cinnamon sticks. So you can do this. It smells really good too. So if you want something a little bit different than sage, try cinnamon. But again, the prayers, affirmations, they are oh so helpful, setting those energetic boundaries, as I'm looking at my dragon as well. So for some of you, work with the dragons. For me, cleansing my astral and auric field, the dragons are oh so, supportive and helpful. So some of you may be working with seraphim or the dragon realm and energy may be really helpful. I'm going to grab another card. Where did I see a third eye on somebody when talking about an art idea? Why did you see a third eye in someone? You could have been seeing their higher self. You could also have been seeing their vision. And so that's what's coming through 2020. Yeah, 2211, as I say. That's not Mercury retrograde, but my 2211. You could be seeing that number. That could also be that like God was revealing to you someone's vision, like you were truly seeing their vision. That's what it sounds like too, but also sit with that. Ask spirit, ask higher self and how it felt to you. I got about 30 cinnamon sticks from the Amish store for a little bit over $3. Yes, use the cinnamon and it works. Yeah, I mean, it's like probably, it's different than sage, different vibration, etc. But it is beautiful to cleanse with and it smells good. And it actually might be cheaper than sage. Now, what are final messages for the all signs? What are final messages for all signs on this reading? What was hiding from all signs? Cosmic order, your soul destiny is always yours, and cosmic order shall be reestablished for you. Why? Because it was a past life. You were clearing out something from a past life. What do we have on this reading for the all signs, ancient souls collective, of what was hiding? Your devotion is recognized here, okay? Your devotion is recognized. I would say this too shall pass, but for those of you who have been here since the all signs reading, that was a big reading. It was a lot of karmic relationship and energy from a past life that you're cleansing and clearing. This too shall pass. Remember that you are a sovereign soul, and your energetic field is also sovereign. So what that karmic situation taught you was that power within yourself. Now we do have the wheel turns in your favor because they never meant to hurt you. The wheel turns in your favor. I never meant to hurt you. Truth revealed, DNA. For some of you, this has to do with the reading that we were talking about. And all of this has to do with the reading, but always take what resonates with you, the little parts. There's something that will be revealed, though. It feels like family with DNA. And I'm just going to say it because I've also learned that what's coming through is for someone out there. I'm seeing something of like family and like with the DNA, like a DNA test. That's what I'm trying to get at. So for some of you that may resonate with you, but what's also coming through is like your DNA. Okay, so take it as a resonance because that reading that we had was talking about that kind of stuff. I'm seeing like a DNA test. So just take what resonates. As soon as I say that, my phone, something happens. I don't know what happened to my phone. Tap to restart. So for some of you, just take that message. Okay? Okay. And then for the DNA too, maybe for some of you, exploring your ancestry, things like that, but there's something about a DNA test there for my phone to all of a sudden freeze. I never meant to hurt you. The wheel turns in your favor. All right, so the wheel's going to turn in your favor. This person never meant to hurt you, and cosmic order is coming in restored for you. All right, this person, everything it is that they were doing was out of some sort of karmic past life thing. They do regret it. They do regret it, and they have faced karma because of it. It was through other people after you. So they met other people, etc., and they learned of like, oh, the collective actually wasn't what I thought that they were, or this or that. And so that's what I have for you. Closing off with Osiris rises. I love when Osiris rises. All right, and I'm wishing you all a beautiful grand rising, grand afternoon, or grand evening, wherever you are, whoever you are. Oh, blessings, Tammy, to you. I love you too. Take care, Strider. Spirit is taking. My friend just told me to look up look up the family tree. For some of you, you're diving into your own ancestry. There's something about a DNA test there. I don't know. My phone it reconnected the whole YouTube thing as that came out. I had a kaleidoscope when I was a kid and I see the third eye. Oh, I love that. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Soul Sessions, Ken Grant. We'll have another live and Soul Tribe chat coming up soon. Tomorrow's Pisces energy and readings, all signs, as well as channel members. All right, blessings to you all, and bye for now.